We'll let that heat up. Take a look out my window. Oh, can you see out my window? Welcome to New Mexico. Back to New Mexico. Look at the view out the... Here's the view out my door. There. So you may have noticed, I have been, by the time you see this, I was in Utah, I went to Moab, spent some time there, and now I'm back in New Mexico. So you may have noticed I did a U-turn. So I'm going to share my plans with you. I had originally planned on spending the summer traveling through Wyoming, Montana, and then eventually ending up in Alaska. Boy, I traveled in Wyoming years, 1989, I think, when I moved out to California, and I've been dying to get back ever since. So I was really looking forward to spending my summer going to Montana too. It's one of the, I think, 8 states I've never been to, so I was really looking forward to doing that. But my plans have changed. As many of you know, who follow Bob Wells of cheaprvliving.com, and you've followed me, you know that Bob and I are very close friends. And if you do watch Bob's videos, you know his mom has been diagnosed with a very serious illness. And so he is going to Florida to spend what may be her last year with her. A lot of us, me included, we live out here alone. We're introverts, we're loners. I love my alone time. I actually didn't expect to meet somebody that I almost enjoy being with, almost as much as I enjoy being alone. I don't know what he's going to think about that when he hears that. And that's my friend Bob. If I'm going to travel with anyone, I'm going to travel with Bob. I love traveling with him, and in fact, a lot of times when I go off on my own, I miss having him there to share things with. So we have become very close BFFs. I mean, we're best buddies, and we've become very close over the last several months. I care about him very, very much, and I can't let a good friend go through what he's going to be going through in the next year alone. So being, even though being the independent loner that I am, I can't let my good friend go through that alone. So we often travel, we come together, we go apart, we come together, we go apart, but we're often usually within maybe 300 miles of each other. But me being in Alaska and him being in Florida and dealing with what he's going to be dealing with, and for heaven forbid his mom does pass, and having 5,000 miles between us, knowing that he would go through that alone, that wasn't something that I was comfortable with, knowing that I could just change my plans and be there to comfort him. So that's what I'm going to do. I am going to travel in and around Florida and be closer. We're not going to be glued at the hip. I'm not going to be staying at his mom's with him, but I do want to be closer. And I just want to be there for him. Everybody needs somebody when they're going through hard times, and he's going to be going through a very hard time, and I want to be there. So I'm heading to Florida. I couldn't believe it all day today. It took me a couple of weeks to make up my mind what I wanted to do, but in the end I had to be there for my friend. And all day long I'm driving, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to Florida. Oh my God, I'm going to Florida. So I lived in Florida for a while when I was 18. My crazy family's on the East Coast, so I've got a lot of mixed feelings about kind of being there. But I'm looking forward to going and seeing things I've never seen before. Bob and I are probably going to be traveling together most of the time, heading to Florida. He's going to be meeting me here in a day or two, and then we're going to be heading down. Of course, he's going to be in a hurry to get down there. I'm not, so we might travel together for a while. He might move ahead, and maybe I'll meet him down there. I don't know. But anyway, just wanted to share my plans with you. A lot of you have been asking, why don't you go to the East Coast? Why don't you do something different? Well, I'm heading to the East Coast. I am heading to the Southeast, and I'm looking forward to the Florida Keys. I've never been to the Keys before. I've never been to Miami. Looking forward to maybe exploring there's a lot of history, a lot of old stuff. Appalachia, I'd love to go to the Appalachian Mountains, the Blue Ridge Mountains. So there's a lot there that I would really love to see, and I'm getting excited about it. So I just thought I'd share my plans with you, and kind of at the end of a long, crazy weather day of traveling, and share my plans with you for the future. And stay tuned for my trip to Florida with Bob. We'll see how that goes. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. In the meantime, always remember to be happy, be free, and be kind. And a lot of people keep driving down here, so I'm looking over there, and it's freezing.